Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Let's jump back in the queue here and try to get some wins on this ticket. Torikun. I forget how this guy's ranked. I think in the top 100 maybe? But not the top 50? So a solid player. What is going on here? Another Tia, good heavens. Doesn't seem that great here. But maybe? Seems very red anyway. I think Wild Drone should be good. But I'm not very good at analyzing that. So I could be wrong. 92nd, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try to go red. But what else? I don't know. I don't have any plans. I'd like to get a Blood Phage, I know that. I could get like Blood Phage drone and try to like transition out of these wild drones. Do I want green? Like, I don't know. I guess I'd like to see where he's going. Is he going like mono green with Tantalum Ray to kind of be breach proof-ish? Or is he going to switch into red to threaten Tia, or blue? Tesla coils seem pretty gross against wild drones, so I don't want too many of those. Yeah, I think he was going to go blue next. And then a Tesla. I think against that, a Rhino is going to be okay. Maybe I can Smorkas him and build a Blast Forge? Well, Smorkas doesn't really do anything against all these wild drones. Not by itself. I don't like this. I just like see the Tesla coils coming a mile away, but I don't know what to do about it. Green-blue just seems a lot easier for player 1 than player 2 in a wild drone set. You can cut wild drones, but then like you're not really in a good spot, are you? They just don't do the Tesla coil thing, they're way ahead. So like this is the plan I had in mind, but I see that doing very poorly against Teslas. So I don't know. Like, what then, right? I guess this is better. Spend the red and float the energy. Next turn I can get like a Rhino and a... I can't even get Rhino Blast. Well, I can, just barely. Oh right, he's not killing a wild drone yet. Okay, Oxide Mixers. Very interesting. So he doesn't... I would have thought a Tesla coil would be good here. But I guess he's pretty short on drones as well. Maybe he just can't afford that kind of investment. And I'll build this Blood Phage to like be a drone and an attacker. And I get 3 attack next turn, which is nice. I want to build a Rhino. But I also want to get some blue to defend against this attack on the next turn. The thing is, though, I guess I can build Rhino, click Blood Phage. I also want 3 attack next turn is the thing, right? Or 6? Would be nice. Like, I could build Rhino and build Blood Phage. I'd be up to 6. But I won't have access to blue. And that seems pretty scary, right? Like, how do I defend the apparently upcoming Tesla coil? I guess he's not going to get more than one. Maybe he'll have trouble defending his engineers if he tries to Tesla? And I can double Rhino? Maybe this is worth doing. What if I did something a little different? And no, if I get a Smorkus, I won't be absorbing this turn, which is pretty bad. I like that idea of putting these guys down to get me up to 6 attack, and then just try to, like, defend with Rhinos, and maybe someday I can get a Blast Forge. I think he should click his Pixie. No, he's saving it to kill Wild Drones. That makes sense. He's way over-teched if we kill his 2 Wild Drones. Yeah, I like my position now, I think. I don't like all this bearing down on me, but I think he's just investing in the wrong stuff. And yeah, okay, this turn looks pretty stupid. But he's not really that well positioned, I think. He's probably not going to actually attack my Rhinos. He's going to, like, save a Pixie and kill a Wild Drone, and then I can keep attacking him. Of course, I need to do this to be prepared. I guess one thing I could do is I could hold a regular drone back. I could do this. And that lets me build a more efficient attacker, like a Tarsier. But I don't think that's a good idea. This drone looks a little bit like... If he attacks my engineers, this drone's going to look pretty bad. Hang on. What if I did something like this and get a Blast Forge? Then I'm over-teched if he ever attacks me, right? But I can build a drone. I think I'm just going to have to say, look, we're not getting blue yet in this line. I can, well, I'm not over-teched because I can tech out of red. I have blood phages whenever I want. But I kind of like just knocking on his door and saying, you can't ever buy drones, and your one attacker is going to run out of steam eventually. I mean, he has 2, right? You know, these are his 2 attackers. But they're both sort of short-term pressure units whose pressure is reduced after a certain number of turns, which is coming up pretty soon. Ooh, Smorkus. Okay, I guess that's how he's gonna deal with being over-teched. But he's letting me keep my Wild Drones, which is pretty cool. On the other hand, letting me keep the Rhinos is pretty cool too, so... This is how I hoped to put him into sort of a difficult position where neither attacking Wild Drones nor attacking my real defense looks that great to him. They both look okay, right? And you'd prefer to... Whoa. You'd prefer to give your opponent 2 okay options rather than 1 good one. This is not something I anticipated. Is that really going to work for him? It might, I guess. I mean, I can't easily defend. That is pretty spooky, actually. I had completely forgotten Tio was in this set. Like, the game was just not going in that direction. Wow. And I'm way, way over-redded, if such a thing can be said. I guess I have 5 permanent attack. Like, I'm killing a wall, and then... I mean, maybe I have some play here. I'm certainly not going to resign. I'm just not sure if I feel good about my position or bad. I feel scared, but I might be winning despite being scared. Like, obviously we can't attack with the rhinos. And I wish I had access to blue. But, you know, I have some wild drones. Maybe, maybe his attackers will run out soon? Question mark? It doesn't seem that way. This way he loses if he ever gets breached. I was thinking he might absorb onto the wall instead, just lose wall onto wall and keep Tia at full health so that he can offer me a breach if I want one. Here I lose 3 attackers, I can attack for 6, so he's defending correctly, of course. I'm tempted to do this and let him breach me for a Tarsier. Like, because the alternative is this, right? This is the only way I get absorb. This way... Oh, hang on. What if I, click these? Does that somehow help? No, right? This way he breaches me for a Tarsier, but I'm still attacking for 4? Is there some universe in which that's good for me? It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Yeah, because next turn he's going to breach me for 1 million. I just, like, can't really defend with rhinos. I think this is the best I'm going to come up with. I'm going to get slaughtered either way. But this puts some pressure on him to defend, perhaps? And if I can just take out the Tia, but I don't think I can. Right, he can force field enough. Wow, really? Shouldn't you kill a Tarsier? Why would you not? This is his last Tia turn. Good news, I guess. And he doesn't actually breach me for everything. I do have a little bit left. But what I have is like an attacker, a bloodphage. What if I kept the drone, if I like said, I guess I have a bunch of wild drones as well, and an animus. I could maybe tech back out of that. Like, he doesn't have much real attack after the Tia dies. Maybe I could actually survive in that scenario. I'm not getting absorbed anyway, so what if I do this? He can then breach and kill all of my attack, right? I don't like that idea. I think my drones are important enough, are inconsequential compared to my attackers. This way, I still have 2 attack left at least, plus this income from the wild drones, and my animus, with which I can maybe make Tarsiers or something? Do I want an engineer? Maybe. To let me start trying to absorb again with Rhino? Right, like I still have 7 income per turn. And I have red. 5? Oh yeah, these are 2, not 3 each. 6, I guess, because I can click this. Okay, there you go. I can build this. That doesn't seem that great since he can just breach and kill it. So if I do this, he breaches my blood phage. But it costs him a lot of pixies to do so. What if I built a Smorkus? Then I threaten 3 attack again, at least. But he has enough Oxide Mixers to get through to it next turn, I think. Maybe if I just do this, it'll take him a while to get through to my blood phage. And in the meantime, I have all these wild drones. Oh. If he kills my wild drones, I am sort of okay with that, honestly, I think. I thought he was gonna kill my rhino. Because that denies me... I mean, they both deny me absorb, I guess. But it keeps threatening to get to my attackers, which are, I think, the important thing here. I also think he should be building an Oxide Mixer instead of a drone, so that he can keep pressuring me, or killing wild drones, whichever he prefers. I mean, next turn I can click Blood Phage, build Rhino, but I don't know. I'm still feeling behind, but not enough that I can tell that I'm losing, for sure. What if I do this and try to be a little bit breach-proof? Question mark? Like, if he kills my attackers, I can build... Well, I can't build any Gauss cannons or anything. Yeah, and I won't really have any income. I don't think these Tantalum Rays are going to do it. I can build a Rhino. Oh, I'm out of Rhinos. Good heavens. That's not good news. Here he breaches for my Tarsier. The next turn I can build... I can't build any more Rhinos. I'm out. I really just need some universe in which these wild drones are enough to win. But it really is hard to see that coming. What if I build a Gauss cannon? I still won't be able to build another next turn. And I'll only be able to build like 2 before he kills all my stuff. All my wild drones, and that won't do anything against his wall. I think a Tantalum Ray is just even worse. It's better at being breach-proof, but I can't actually afford to lose the stuff I already have. I think we're gonna build Rhino Engineer and like hope that he doesn't realize I'm out of rhinos. I'm not even sure what that failure to realize would mean for him. Like, what could he possibly do wrong here? Yeah, he's just building another Oxide Mixer. I think that's the right idea. I think he should click the other Pixie, of course, and kill the Tarsier, but I guess he doesn't have to. The Tarsier's not doing anything. He might as well save it, right? Maybe it'll be useful somehow later, and right now it's not doing anything. Yeah, I guess I agree with keeping it. Yeah, right. He should be using them to kill wild drones. Next turn, he can click 2 Pixies to kill a wild drone. Okay, I think I have to give up here, right? Like, he has everything over me. He has more income, he has sort of more attack. I mean, I have more, but he's absorbing it. He has the right tech. And what exactly am I doing? I can't build a Rhino. I can't do anything. Yeah, I guess so. So I just never really found time to get blue in. Maybe this was the turn that was the big problem. Was building these 2 rhinos and saying that I'll be okay if he, if he spends all his pixies to attack my blockers. I chastised him here for being overtech'd, having forgotten that Tia was in the set and he has 3 green. Which you'd think, given that the last 2 games I played, my opponent Tia'd me, you'd think I'd be like, here he comes game 3 with a Tia in it. I just had thought of all these other ways the game might go and forgot to be constantly on the lookout for Tia. This is fine if my opponent does anything but Tia, I think. But I should consider that, therefore, he will not do any of those things. I just didn't realize he had that as an option. When else could I have fit in some blue, exactly? Like, maybe here, instead of building a Bloodphage and a Rhino, I could have, like, clicked Bloodphage, built Blastforge Drone or something. I think I considered such a line. I didn't do it because I wanted to have 6 attack to get his wild drones instead of like 4, which is a bit wasted. But maybe that was a secondary consideration, and I should have thought about how much I need blue. Like, I sort of expected him to attack my wild drones for a while and thought I didn't need blue. I didn't realize he was going to have a way to pressure me into needing my blockers more than my wild drones. Okay, I guess that's my summary of the game, is like, pay attention to the ways your opponent can pressure you. Don't assume they'll kill your wild drones, stuff like that. Who's playing? Well, never mind, we are. Oh, it's Torikun again. +9 this time. Okay. Looks quite blue, of course. I don't think you can get Lucina, but maybe Antima. This looks like an alright set for your Deadeyes, I think. But, like, what if you went for Flame Animus, or I don't know. There's a lot of things you want to spend your blue on. Is Deadeye really the best way to do it? Like, you want Ebb Turbine as well, of course. Maybe you only get one blue and you use Synthesizer to, like, produce extra blue when you need it, but you don't want the green for anything, so... Antima. You could use Synthesizer and Flame Animus to threaten Antima. And then, when you're done with that, you use Synthesizer to convert the green into extra blue. There's lots of cheap ways to spend blue, so like having 3 of it is not a big imposition. I'm also cutting a drone to build a blast forge here. Probably for Ebb Turbine, but we'll see. Actually, yeah, Ebb Turbine first and then Flame Animus seems alright. Do I want another drone? I think so. Maybe I want another blue? More than that? This way I can get like Flame Animus and something else. Synthesizer, Oxide Mixer, whatever. If I got Flame Animus Synth or Flame Animus Militia, I could get a pretty early... Well, not Militia, but... If I got Flame Animus Synth or Flame Animus Conduit or something, I could get a pretty early Antima, although it looks like he is making similar plans, of course. Flame Animus and then Antima next turn. Or Conduit followed by Antima. Maybe Synth is the wrong idea if he's going to threaten to do this. Really? Second Ebb. That's an odd choice. I feel like what he's doing is exactly what I would do if I were player 1, and it feels better than what I'm doing right now. He gets a lead on the Flame Animus. I could have done that by cutting Ebb, I guess. Built the Flame Animus first and then an Ebb Turbine to let me get out the Antima a turn earlier. But is that really such a good Antima? What if I went for Deadeyes instead? This does not seem good. But since he's threatening the Antima, I can't realistically threaten to Antima back. I need some other plan. Something that defends against his Antima. What if I just like built some attack to threaten his engineers? Do I want a conduit? Doesn't seem to... It doesn't feel right without access to red. It would let me force field against the Antima, of course, but I'm not thrilled about doing that. I have enough blue that I should be able to stay alive through an Antima. I think I'll just drone. He, of course, now gets like a pretty leisurely Antima line. But he has to put a wall in if he wants to save an engineer, which he does. Are we just going Lucina? That's kind of scary. That's the only reason I can see to build a second Flame Animus, is he wants to put down 2 more Animuses next turn and Lucina me. I guess it's not the only reason. You could just build some Tarsiers, but... So what I really should be considering is, like, is this Lucina line good? What if I just put down 2 Animuses right now? And, like, a Deadeye. I could spend my turn doing that. I don't think I'd have enough money to build a Lucina after that, right? Like, I click the Ebb Turbine, then my income is 12. Clicking gets me 15. It doesn't work. I don't like where this is going. No, I don't need more drones. I need, like, tech of some kind. Nothing works. Everything is bad. More blue? I don't know. I would be expecting probably, I thought, to see an Animus from him here. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if you guys could hear it, just my an alarm on my phone went off and it was buzzing a bit. You probably did hear it, but I don't know how unpleasant it was, whether it's unpleasant enough that I need to apologize or not. Yeah, so this all feels awful. Like, everything I'm doing feels bad. Am I just in the wrong mood today? Am I afraid of everything my opponents are doing instead of planning something to do myself? Maybe that's what's going on. I mean, a bunch of Deadeyes doesn't feel great. I'm over-teched by a lot if I do this, I think. Let's replace the Engineer. Drone back up. Hang on, let's look at this from the perspective of having clicked my Ebb Turbine. Does that still look good? Like, would I rather build an Animus here? What would I do in this position? I only have 11 drones. Well, 13 counting the Ebb Turbine. I think I'm gonna do this. I still think I'm losing. But I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, like, here comes this Lucina, and, like, oh my god, what is my life coming to, right? I'm just playing awful tonight. I don't know, maybe the problem is that I'm just facing opponents who are, like, reasonably competent, and I've gotten used to how Masterbot plays. I don't know, I wouldn't mind a somewhat easier game at some point tonight. I guess if he clicks his Ebb Turbine, he can still get enough to build Lucina, but he can't build anything else. And he's wasting a bunch of tech this turn. I think it's better to just build 2 Tarsiers now than to build this Animus. Like, what? All this tech is being wasted to get the Lucina out. Is she that good? clearly she is good, but... I don't know. I'm one to talk, right? Like, look at my ridiculous setup. My opponent just has a huge lead on me in producing attack. He'll have to sell a drone to buy Lucina now, and he can't do anything but buy the Lucina, but I think that's still enough. Right? No, because I can breach it that way, right? Like, I can do this? Threaten 6 attack next turn? If he wants to build the Lucina, I get to breach all of his defenses and kill a Tarsier? Oh no, he has a Steel Splitter available. Dang it. Okay. So I threaten 6 attack, which is just wall NG. That means the Steel Splitter is not attacking, so he has 3 attack. He'll click 1 Pixie. So I guess I should do this. So that he doesn't get exploit value out of this Pixie. I mean, he still gets some because he gets to kill my drone, but I've given my drone 2 health by doing this, right? Or transformed it into a unit with 2 health. This is pretty dire all the same. Well, my Deadeyes will be able to defend soon, and he doesn't have a lot of drones. If I were making a lot of attack, that would be relevant, because I could threaten to kill him. But I'm not. I can hold back 1 attack to exploit this, but it's not really very exciting. I don't know, he's very, very low on drones. Maybe I can do something here. Doesn't look that way. It's probably better to just build an engineer, right? Or one of these. It's gonna take a while for that to produce attack, but I think it's worth it. Because the only way I'm gonna win is if I can breach him. I need some attack. Wow. Drone, huh? I think you're going the wrong direction with that, aren't you? Yeah, certainly you click the Lucina. I don't understand buying that drone. I get that, like, yeah, you can convert it to a perforator eventually, but is that good? Doesn't seem good to me. I mean, I guess he's not losing much in every turn. Am I losing? I don't know. It's not that bad, actually. He's run out of pixies, which releases the pressure quite a bit against me. Like, he's only attacking for 2 more than I am. And I have quite a few more drones? Maybe things are okay. Here I actually have a turn where I don't have to click Ebb Turbine if I don't want to defend. But I think I will continue building more Oxide Mixers just to keep pressuring him. It's sad that, like, that's my pressure unit, right? Oxide Mixer is not a high pressure unit generally. But compared to doing nothing, it's pretty good. I think we might actually get him here. I think I can hang on. Like, in order to breach, he has to attack for everything, right? And he's actually losing one of these 2 attackers, presumably the Perforator here. So he can attack for everything to breach for exact. And I don't think he can afford that. We'll easily kill him if he does that, right? So we're just going to be bold here and say, fine, come at me. I'm just building another Steel Splitter. Your move. Nice. Good game indeed. Oh, that was a scary one. I felt behind all game. Like, his opening just... It's not like it's any astonishing opening, right? Up to this... Well, okay. I don't know about this second Blast Forge. Is that what I would have done? Maybe. Like, blue is fine in this set. But the second Flame Animus feels very questionable to me. Like, he's trying to get Lucina, but is that really doable? You're very, very... Like, you've spent a lot on tech here. And you're not going to be able to use 2 blue and 4 red every turn, so... And there's no easy way to tech back down out of red, except over a very, very long term. With Lucina, you could, like, build a bunch of Perforators and attack with them or something, but you don't have the economy to support that. So, I don't know. The Lucina strikes me as a bit ambitious. I feel like if you were to just go for a quiet little Antima Comet and maybe then Lucina, you would have a lot more success, because you'd have engineers to defend... I don't know, that was my plan, was to, like, try to go for an Antima first. And then maybe you can get Lucina at some point. I think these Deadeyes actually did a tremendous amount of work at preventing my... Like, when your opponent has an Ebb Turbine, sniping a drone is even a bigger deal than usual, because you're not only taking away their income, you're taking away their option to produce surge, like, of cash with these drones. Their option to decline gradually. So, I don't know. I'm kind of happy with how the Deadeyes turned out. And the Militia did well also to attack once or twice and then take income and then go back to attacking once my opponent made himself vulnerable. Kind of an interesting one. I did get exploited. No, I didn't. I held back a drone to prevent the exploit. But of course that's costly as well. And he gets this Lucina down right as I'm building attackers. And of course I knew he was building the Lucina. And that's why I put on maximum pressure to... Even though for a while I thought it was because I would breach him, but then I realized, like, no, he has the Steel Splitter. But that still puts him on the back foot, right? And he has very few drones to defend himself with. So I thought, if I can get any more attackers, you know, I'm shocked to see that triple blue worked out as well for me as it did. But I did indeed have several turns of... Oh, I couldn't hold back a drone here, right. Maybe instead of the steel splitter, it should have been an oxide mixer. I don't know, steel splitter applies more pressure. Yeah, I think he just like collapsed a little bit faster than he was hoping to because of the dead eyes are honestly what did all the good work for me. And oxide mixers, believe it or not, like neither of them high pressure units, but they did work out that way in this set. Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't really know what to say about this one. I'd like to know how the Antimaline would have gone. Whether you want a synthesizer or a conduit to go with it. I think a synthesizer would have been okay. As like, synthesizer is sort of... It's access to green, and it's also like... what is it exactly? It produces 2... Yeah, every turn and a half, sort of, it's access to 2 blue. Or 2 turns out of 3, it's access to 2 blue, is that right? Yeah, 2 turns out of 3, it's access to 2 blue. So, it's sort of like 1.3 blue? No, 1.6 blue? It's 4/3 of a blue, isn't it? I don't know, whatever. It's some amount of blue. And here, there's plenty of ways to spend blue cheaply. It would have been interesting. I don't know. And I think he was ahead here at this point as well. Even, like... He's a little tiny bit over-teched. But, you know, there's dead eyes. You know, I'm over-teched, right? You don't have triple blue on 14 income, usually. It's just because there's cheap ways to spend blue. I think if he had, from this point, gone, like, Tarsiers and dead eyes, I would have been in sort of rough shape. Instead of making this big commitment to a Lucina. Or maybe Tarsiers and Steel Splitters, or whatever happens to work out with his income. Cool. Well, we can stop looking at this game now. Finally, did get a win on the ticket. That's nice. There's no Lucina in the set. That's the answer, right? Not Lucina. There's no Tia in this set. Okay, cool. We've been rank 133, I think, this whole time. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.